Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. Of course, I'm Ninon, your host, and I have my recurring guests come all the time. They call me, Ninon, I want to come back on your show. We've got some stuff to talk about. And this seems to be a time of, we're talking about foundations and helping other people. And doing, of course, this is Lance, my good friend. And Brittany, how are you?
Good.
You're in the fitness business.
I'm in the fitness world. I'm in a little bit of a few different things. Right now, that's the focus.
That's your focus right now. It seems that Vegas always have, they hit more than one job, and I keep thinking to myself, is it that expensive to live in Vegas?
You gotta be dynamic. You have to be dynamic out
You've got to have this going and this going, and of course I'm definitely one for having everything going.
Yeah.
And I've got this going, my chimp, my merry chimpness. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Absolutely amazing. Yes, amazing. And it's all because of you.
Oh, well, I'm just happy to
I've
help.
known Lance for so many months now, nearly a year.
I think it's
We're getting on for a year now.
Yeah.
And how's everything going with you? We're
It's
going
good.
in lots of different directions.
Lots of different directions. Today it's about the charity. So
Okay,
our organization, we're working with Vegas.
What's your name of your organization?
Cultural Arts Training Foundation.
Well, make sure we're going to get that out there first.
Get that out.
Get that out
first,
there,
yes.
absolutely.
We do a lot of different things. We work with disabled children, vets with PTSD, domestic violence victims, and then we also do medical consulting. So we kind of have.
And your medical consulting is absolutely fabulous. What is this problem with women being beat up? Because that's what I'm going to call it. I mean, how does a man have the right to, just because he's a man and he's stronger, to beat up? You know,
Well, I mean,
this violence thing is
Our
terrible.
society's become very violent, so it kind of permeates into households and across the board. We see a lot for many different reasons. You can't necessarily pinpoint whether it's because of drinking or it's a lot of different things. Everything from drinking.
But aren't people more into drugs now? I mean, the drug trafficking and the drug world is absolutely humongous. In fact, I heard over the media that the drugs are bigger than they actually say they are.
Well, I believe that, of course. They always downplay.
Yeah.
They always, everything.
Lance always
downplay.
knows. They do. They downplay like it's okay, and they've got these big tons of cocaine and this stuff. I don't know anything about. I mean, I know about it, of course, but obviously I don't take it on.
Not from experience.
Not from experience. I know you understand. But why has it become so rapid? Why has it become like are people trying to escape from reality?
Yes. I mean, and one of the things is that the amount of drugs, I don't think has changed. The access to drugs on both scales. So people will look at something like, let's say, a pharmaceutical and let's say a street drug. What's the difference?
No.
All a pharmaceutical is a synthetic version of a street drug. In reality, when you look at some designer drugs, that's advanced chemistry. I love when I hear people talking about these drugs. Like, who do you think designed, this stuff? Someone did like, oh, I just figured this out in my bathtub. No, this is advanced chemistry. So really what ends up happening is you have two markets that can be controlled by one. And it looks as if there's a separation.
There's no separation at all. And how much do you know about, you're into these foundations, you were Miss Universe?
Well,
We're going to brag a little bit. Where's your crowd?
Well, in the case. But Fitness Universe is actually the organization.
Miss Universe is involved in that.
So I did the pageant world, so I was Miss United States before, and then I kind of turned that into
you were
fitness
Miss United
competition.
States?
Yes. That was back in the day.
No.
I
mean, I don't, don't talk much. But you just got me. That's amazing. How was that? Was that a lot of work?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because a lot of people think it's all this society and it's all lovely and you're out there. But I happen to know behind the scenes there's a lot of work
to make it look good out there.
And you have to always come out smiling like nothing's happening.
It's hard. It's hard to do sometimes.
Yes, it is very hard now because when I'm on camera, I can have something terrible going on. Come on, like nothing happened. And we're all okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah. It's an interesting story because she's actually crossed over. She's done both pageant and fitness, and won. In both categories, which is.
So how did you get involved in all that?
Oh gosh. Well, when I competed in the pageant world, I did Miss Nevada, United States 2 years ago, and I wasn't ready to quit. I wasn't ready to give up the stage, but there weren't really any other pageants for me to do because I'd done quite a few of them. And then there was fitness though, so I kind of went back into the fitness and athletic part, but the stage and the stage presence and pageant stuff actually helped a lot because
gives you the posture, the stand, everything.
You have to walk, you have to model, you have to do all this stuff, but it is more of the physique, and you have to really work really hard at
Well, they
that.
all come together, don't they? I mean, ask a man.
Sure.
I mean, a man wants the body, he wants the brain, he wants everything. So you're kind of a package deal. She's a good sort.
A good deal.
You're a good deal. Good deal. Got the figure, everything. Yeah, I mean, you are just made for Vegas.
I guess that's why I
And you're
can't
tall.
get out of here.
And you're tall. She's tall as well. So.
I
I
wouldn't
like
know
my
what
big
that's
shoes. Big
Oh, look,
heels
look,
too,
wait, how you
so-
get these up here? Look at that, look what she's wearing. Holy moly. Oh, I'm not going to show mine. Oh,
Say, look at this.
there's a mine.
Oh, that's right.
There's a, they're a little bit lower than yours. I'm going to get a pair of those.
Everyone's taller than me. That's all that proves.
Do you mind?
What's it? No, I didn't.
No, well, I ask a silly question. I love asking silly questions sometimes, but short men always like taller women.
Really? that's news. I've never heard that.
Well, you always see a shorter man, not a short man, because you don't call a man a short man. No, they always like to have
Less
a
tall.
Less
Vertically
tall.
challenged.
Vertically challenged. Now there's a situation.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes, but apparently in bed we're all the same size, so what's interesting? And that did not come from my lips.
Very nice.
Well, we're-
But so, how did you two connect? What you do?
We actually met a few years ago, and then I think she contacted me after one of the pageants that we started working, because I didn't realize about Vegas Youth Ambassadors, which is the charity that she represents, she's the board. And then there was a lot of kind of synergism between both organizations, because we both work with kids.
Yes.
And we started doing events together. Now recently we're doing a lot more, because obviously her dynamic background and all the stuff that we're doing with kids, women in general, it helps. They complement each other. So I mean,
Absolutely.
the most recent thing that we're doing is a food drive with their organization, which is November.
Well, we're collecting things now up until.
Well, let everybody know out there. We're in Vegas right now, Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
And we need food.
Yes, lots of food. So we
To
have
feed the kids, because kids can't go and get their own food.
Yes.
They don't know how to do
Well,
that.
this is actually supporting 30 families. So 30
Hot
families.
So you're supporting 30 families. Oh, that's
30 families were chosen. So for like a Thanksgiving dinner, we're collecting frozen hams, turkeys, stuffing, basic canned goods. So even if someone's like, well, I don't really have the money for that. Even if you get an extra can, and that
Just
makes
one
a big
can.
difference.
Yes,
That makes
yes.
a difference for somebody who does nothing.
Yes.
We can all do something.
Yes, and I absolutely agree with that. Do they have? I'm only quoting this, but last time I knew there was 16,000 homeless children. Is it close to that?
That sounds about right.
That sounds about. Can you imagine? Las Vegas isn't that big. We've got 16,000 homeless children, and when we talk about homeless, we're talking up to 18. So we're talking from 18 down. And do a lot of them live under the freeways?
Well, a lot of children, the only meal they get is in school. A lot of people don't realize this. That's why when school's out, a lot of the kids don't eat. See, people don't realize what's going on, that just because someone's homeless, they can still go to school. And they're getting their meal at school. So sometimes that's the only meal a child
So
will
they
get.
can have. I think they serve breakfast and lunch in school.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I really don't know what goes on there
Been a
because they're
while.
cutting everything
Yeah.
down. Whatever they can cut, they can cut. So I don't think the children are getting as much, and sort of the choice isn't that great. But then they don't eat from say 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or maybe even 12. They don't eat until the next day.
That would be about right. And see, these are the things I think people should know if they actually knew the real statistics, because people kind of put it out of sight, out of mind, because you don't hear about it. It's a story that you'll hear every once in a while about a homeless child. Well, that'll be fun. No, there's so
They're not
many,
fun.
and it's increasing. Rather than talking about a new stadium, we should probably be speaking about something like this.
So wait a second. Our parents, or older people, or people that over 21, are they becoming less responsible for their children and other people's children? Are they becoming like?
I don't think it's that.
What is it?
I think it's a combination of less things being offered, people losing their jobs, less income. I think you can't just point to one thing. I think if you look at the big picture, you start to see, well, are people bringing in less money? And if you're able to provide less food, it doesn't have to be necessarily one person providing for multiple children.
No.
It could just be where if that number's increasing, it's not just because people are having more kids. It's because the benefits that were there are now being taken away.
The benefits are being taken away. So what you're saying is there's less money circulating around for the poor.
Yes, there's a wider gap That's becoming more apparent.
You know, I had a TV show for 16 years, Voices of Tomorrow, and I used to help all the children. I helped so many, many children. And if we really realized what went on in the downtowns of inner cities, I saw it, I filmed it, I talked to them, but I did it all for nothing. And I know you two are both doing this from your own hearts. You obviously don't get paid, it's a foundation. So you're helping foundation. So these two are both out there, Brittany and Lance are out there helping children and also families. Because you've got to help the mum. A lot of mums, single parents.
You have to love your neighbor. I mean, that's the key thing, is out there and actually providing for the
Now, when we say love your neighbor, doesn't mean to say, yes, love your neighbor. If you live in a wealthy area, it's not talking about your next door neighbor who's also wealthy. It's talking about
everyone
around.
is your neighbor.
Everyone
is
You
your
should
neighbor.
love them too.
Yeah, love them all. But, you know, really get out there and help. You know, don't be selfish with your money. Circulate it, help others. I truly believe that. So how can they get in touch with either one of you to help?
Well, for our organization, you can go to culturalartstraining.org to find us. We're Vegas Youth Ambassadors.
Vegaslivewithninon.org.
And do we have drop-off? I mean, there's drop-off points for food, so they can contact directly Vegas Youth Ambassadors would be the best way to get a hold of them.
And
It's
on
little things.
the 12th of November, we're actually going to get everything together and we're going to have a big old party and create baskets and then just put everything in the basket so we can
And
distribute it.
where will that be?
That's going to be inside of Camp Rhino. It's on Eastern.
Camp Rhino,
Yes.
Easton.
I don't know
Is
the
that
address
sort of,
off
is
the top
that
of my head.
north of North Vegas?
It's Henderson.
Henderson. Oh, Henderson.
Yeah, it's off
That's
Eastern.
not- It's off Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll do that from 2 to 5 on the 12th.
Well, send me a flyer, and
We'll do that.
Samantha will put that on our Facebook page, and just get it out. Send us a flyer, and we'll put it up there, and it'll be fabulous. So we can help in any. I'm begging,
Please.
and I don't mind begging. Believe me, not for our children, because my heart is always with the children, and to help them as much as I possibly
And we can make a difference. Each person can make a difference.
Yeah, you can make a difference.
Always.
Why not? We can always make a difference just by one can or one loaf of bread or anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Toothpaste, anything, right?
Or even just your time. If you don't
Just
have the
your
money,
time.
you can just
If you
come
don't
and
have-
help.
And I'm
participate.
sure if you're not working, you have probably plenty of time. I would imagine.
Yes.
Right? There's a lot of people out there that aren't working. So hey, come on, give your time to somebody else. But think of somebody else, please. I'm begging you, and I don't mind. I'll be right back. Thank you, guys.